I am Marie Goddard, and I have a very important question to ask you. What if you knew a secret that you could use to quickly win the true love and devotion of your soulmate? You know, the one, the man you were meant to be with, and make him eagerly swear off all other women. Make him take the lead in asking you for commitment, so he's practically addicted to you. And what if I told you this will work with any guy, no matter how bad things have been lately in your love life, and no matter if he's barely paying attention to you right now? Oh, by the way, the secret I'm about to share with you will also work on any man you're already in a relationship with, because you are finally going to learn how to attract exactly what you really want. And while you may think you've seen and heard it all when it comes to relationship advice, what you're about to see and hear today is like nothing you've ever seen before, or even tried before. This secret is something completely different, a powerful, unusual, secret ingredient that has worked flawlessly on men throughout history and given thousands of women like you a massive, almost unfair advantage over other women. This secret ingredient is the reason why some women end up with amazing guys almost effortlessly, while others struggle and suffer for years in loneliness and heartache, and have their hearts broken time after time. And if this sounds at all familiar, then make sure you watch to the very end, because I'm about to share with you 3 weird, almost crazy ways you can bypass all the pain and go straight to his heart. But I have to warn you though, this video is costing me a pretty penny to stream online. Yep, I'm paying for it out of my own pocket, and I don't know how much longer I can justify giving away my most valuable insights for free like this. The truth is, I could be forced to take this video down any day without warning, so please watch it now while you still can, because tomorrow I might be charging for it or even taking it down completely. Now let me ask you, have you ever been in an amazing relationship with a man when all of a sudden things changed and he started acting different and not loving you the way he used to? Have you ever found yourself wondering, am I doing something wrong? Is he looking at other women? Is he going to cheat on me? Why do I only seem to attract jerks? Why is finding and keeping the right guy so hard? Am I just being too choosy? Will I ever find the one? If you've ever experienced feelings and fears like these, you are not alone. As a longtime professional relationship coach, I have to hear heartbreaking stories like this all the time, about women like you who get their hearts broken every day. Yet now, you're about to discover a powerful ancient secret, the one thing that will allow you to escape the loneliness, the heartache, and time wasted with the wrong man, or just plain alone. To ignite his passion and love for you, or reignite it if you had it once and it's faded away, and have him climbing mountains just to make you happy and see you smile, while all the while believing it was his idea. Let me tell you about the heartbreak that changed everything. A short while ago, a woman called Kim paid me a visit in my offices. She had met a new guy through a mutual friend, and now she was experiencing an emotionally agonizing situation that, as a dating coach, I was only too familiar with. Straight away, they had experienced a powerful emotional connection. He was so romantic and caring. She just couldn't resist opening up to him. She felt so good whenever he was around. He took her on exciting, classy dates to all the pricey restaurants in town and constantly spoiled her with thoughtful little gifts that proved how much he cared. And she really felt deep in her heart that everything was finally falling into place. Everything seemed to be going perfectly, and they spent hours together just talking, sharing their dreams, and bonding on a deeply personal, heartfelt level. Truly, Kim felt that they were falling in love. Finally, she decided she was ready to take things to the next level. So on their 3rd weekend together, she invited him to stay the night at her house and had a perfect night together. Kim felt so safe and adored, and he was so romantic, so sexy and loving, that she found herself opening up to him emotionally, spiritually, and physically, to a level she had never experienced before with another man. He stayed the whole weekend, and it felt so right that her heart told her not to hold back. When he left early Monday morning, he was smiley and happy as always. He wrapped his arms around her on the doorstep, holding her close and kissing her softly, and whispered, "Thank you for giving me the most amazing weekend of my life." He promised to call her later that day and kissed her one last time before leaving to go to work. Kim didn't hear from him that night, or the next day, or the day after that. She started to get a horrible feeling in the pit of her stomach. But then, the next morning, she received an email. It was short and to the point. He told her that while she was special and he would always appreciate their time together, he'd recently realized she wasn't the one for him after all. and because he didn't want to waste her time, he was going to continue dating other women, and suggested she do the same. It was signed, "Take care, Brian." At first, she felt nothing but shock, but that night, as she lay there in her cold, empty bed, the protective numbness started to drift away like smoke, leaving nothing behind but a terrible pain and panic, and a loneliness so big that it hurt. She honestly thought she had met the one for her, the man she could spend the rest of her life with, but instead, he'd played her for a fool. He'd made her fall in love with him and show her a blinding glimpse of the amazing future they might have had together, and then brutally ditched her as soon as she let him in. And the worst part was, this had happened before. She'd had her heart broken time after time by men who she had honestly believed could finally give her the love and happiness she'd been craving since she was a little girl. And she had no idea why she kept attracting the wrong men, or what she was doing that made them treat her in this terrible way. Eventually, she cried herself to sleep, and after a few days of total depression and inertia, waking up crying every morning and calling in sick to work because she couldn't stop sobbing, she realized she couldn't carry on like this. So she called me up, and when she got to my office, she poured out the whole terrible story. It was dreadful to hear, and I have to admit, I cried with her that morning. I'd known Kim for years, and seeing her get crushed this way, broken and maimed by some guy's emotional game playing, and inability to commit, was very painful for me. How could a guy be with a woman and feel the attraction so deep, maybe even the love, only to pull back, change his mind, and leave her flopping in agony like a fish on a line? Why was finding Mr. Right so elusive? Why did so many women end up wasting years with men who were wrong for them? What was wrong here? Isn't love enough? In a split second, I knew there was a deeper issue here than just a fling that went wrong. I knew I needed to give Kim an answer for all the pain and betrayal she was going through. And in that moment, I promised myself that I would stop at nothing to solve this question of why it's so hard for women to find her true Mr. Right. And not just find him, but attract and commit him, and keep his love forever. As I sat there with Kim, talking about her problem, well, I don't know if it was Kim herself or simply divine intervention, but out of nowhere, I was suddenly struck by a blinding flash of insight that literally left me speechless as I realized its possibilities. Like a Rubik's Cube snapping into place, it all came together in my mind. The thing is, and my email inbox will attest to this, women all over the world are living their lives in a state of constant grinding anxiety about whether they're with the right man or not, about why he looks at other women, why he takes them for granted, even whether he really loves them. Yet now, as I sat there with Kim, the pieces shifted into a new pattern, like shaking a kaleidoscope, and I saw the one thing that all of these women had in common. The one thing that was ruining their love lives and destroying their chances at happiness with the right man. It all came down to a simple yet all-encompassing law that very few women are even aware of. I rapidly examined the issue from all angles, and with a little brain juice and originality, I boiled it down to its simplest, most powerful essence. A simple solution, almost a blueprint, that is the single most vital ingredient for getting the man you're with, or the man you want to be with, to become basically addicted to you and eagerly want to commit to you forever, no matter how much he's been kicking and screaming about commitment, and no matter how terrible things have been for you in your love life lately. Straight away, I told Kim about my insight, the simple life-changing law I now call the LOA principle. And straight away, she realized immediately what she'd been doing wrong, how her behavior had unknowingly attracted the wrong men for her. Straight away, she saw what she needed to do differently. And honestly, it was such a tiny shift that she was slapping her forehead that she hadn't seen it sooner. Now, this may sound crazy, given how much pain she'd been in, but for Kim, things turned out so quickly and so effortlessly that in her own words, she called it a miracle. Practically overnight, her love life metamorphosed into a fairy tale. Her phone started ringing off the hook. Good-looking men began to turn their heads and stare when she walked by in the street. And instead of feeling weak and powerless and hoping for the best, suddenly she felt sexy and strong. Instead of waiting and wondering if he would ever show up, now suddenly she was the one in control, with her pick of smart, sexy, attractive guys who worshiped the ground she walked on. Within 6 weeks, she'd had 5 separate guys ask her to be their serious girlfriend. And the old Kim would have been in seventh heaven over this, but the new Kim was different. And instead of leaping desperately for the first man who showed serious interest, she innately sensed that although they were great guys, somehow none of them seemed quite right for her. So although she was flattered, she found herself saying thanks, but no thanks. And you can imagine the effect this had on the pursuit instincts of the men. Red flag to a bull had nothing on it. Yet Kim just kept going about her daily life, knowing that something beautiful was coming her way. 3 months in, she met a particular man through work, and she felt the spark immediately. After 6 weeks, he knew that she was the woman he'd been searching for his entire life. So he got down on one knee and tenderly, passionately begged her to be his wife. And with tears of joy in her eyes, Kim accepted. Now she has a big sparkly ring on her finger, and Kim can't wipe the smile off her face, because she knows that thanks to a simple yet all-encompassing principle, she has truly found her very own Mr. Right, the man who'd been searching for her all his life. For Kim, it was her own real-life Cinderella story, and now she gets to live the dream with an amazing man who wants nothing more than to love her forever. But for so many women, things are so much harder than this. They don't understand the absolutely crucial LOA principle, and the root of the problem actually comes from popular culture. And sometimes even men themselves, the ones who'd have you think you should do anything to make him happy, yet expect nothing in return. We're constantly taught to act a certain way around men by people who don't have our best interests at heart. But the good news is, none of this is your fault. And there is a simple, proven plan for easily defeating this problem. And it's nowhere near as difficult as you might imagine. I want to give you 3 secrets that you can use right now to quickly, dramatically improve your love life and have your dream man feeling almost addicted to you, even if he hardly pays attention to you right now. Here's the first of 3 secrets. Most women spend far too much time and effort chasing love. And you might think you know what I mean already, but it's not what you think. So many women spend time chasing a man and rewarding him for his aloof, distant behavior, when actually they are unwittingly teaching him to treat them badly. Just like a teacher giving the naughty kid candy to make him quiet down. Now, obviously candy won't work on the average guy, so what do I mean by rewarding a man? Well, if you have ever acted like his perfect 10, even though it wasn't who you really are, giving him back rubs and cups of tea when he's acting too busy or stressed to love you, accepted last-minute invitations from a guy, put on your best dress and makeup just to get him to sit up and take notice, chased his love, and happily put up with all his game playing, distance, and weird fluctuating emotional coldness, then you've given him the candy that trains him to keep being the naughty kid. It's not that men don't like women who look good and treat them well. It's that you need to know how to cut through all the BS and quit teaching him to pull away. You need to know the secret of how to act so the right man wants and loves you. Which brings me to your next big secret. And this is called the irresistible attraction tip. And it's absolutely vital to your success in finding and keeping true love. Understanding this is absolutely crucial to help you avoid wasting years of your life with the wrong man. The first step is realizing that everything that has ever happened to you, love, relationships, breakups, everything, has actually been entirely your own doing. Every man you've ever dated, every time you've had your heart broken, every argument, every tear shed, has actually been a stepping stone leading you along your pathway to finding the one, or making the one you're with love you more. And whether you believe it or not, up to this point in your life, you've unknowingly been forcing the universe to give you substandard relationships and emotional pain in your relationships with men. Now, that might sound pretty crazy, but you have to admit, you wouldn't have been drawn to this presentation right now, today, if you didn't sense the truth of this on some level. Here is how to attract the one into your life, or to reignite the heat and passion if you're with him already, even if he's totally taking you for granted right now. And using this one simple principle in your life will give you an amazing, almost magical power, an almost unfair advantage over other women. With that one special man, that lover, that protector, your very own white knight will do anything to stay by your side, make you his forever, and never ever stop pursuing you. So here's what you absolutely have to know to get all that starting tonight. Bending over backwards to please a man, chasing his love, accepting his game playing, and trying too hard are the opposite of what it takes to bring the one into your life. Because the opposite of love isn't hate, it's fear. And when you chase fear in your life by trying too hard, fretting about how he feels, and basically projecting fear out into the universe, you block out the love. And instead, you just get more of the same fearful, lonely crap directed back into your life. So here's what this means for you right now. Women who make the choice to leave fear behind, who stop being programmed by society about giving men what they want, who have stopped letting their inner world run amok, who shake off the fear and choose what their lives should look like. These women choose the reality they most want to have. And then they can just sit back and enjoy as the one for them naturally just shows up in their lives. They follow the steps, and success comes automatically. And that means when you get this law under your belt, you'll get the love you want and the life you want, no matter what else you do or don't do. So how do you choose the reality you most want to have so that you program your life to automatically give you what you want? Great question. And there's really a great answer. Here's the third secret, and this is the most crucial tip of all. I really want you to get this, because in just a few moments, you'll discover exactly how to attract a man without driving him away. Someone who celebrates your strengths, loves and supports your flaws, and gives you that deep emotional connection that you've hungered for ever since you were a little girl. When I saw how well this principle had worked for women like Kim, I knew I had to share what I'd stumbled upon. In fact, it was my duty, so I shared it with my closest colleagues and personal friends too. I made my principle available to women in these types of situations. Things start off great, but he suddenly pulls away and backs off, and she doesn't know why. Or she tries to please him by being the woman she thinks he wants. But it backfires, and somehow ends up pushing him further away. Or she's dating a guy and they have so much fun together, but then he starts acting iffy and seems to get really cold feet. Or she only seems to end up attracting guys who end up vanishing with no explanation, guys whose heart is still elsewhere, or who always ends up saying stuff like, "I love you, but I'm just not ready right now." These women tested the principles for me in thousands of real-life situations, and their lives were rocked to the core by the surge of male attention and interest they received. It was a constant feedback loop, which I was able to use to refine and focus my program to an even deeper level, and the word started spreading. Today, women in countries all over the world are using this principle in their lives. And you know what the best part is? Nearly all of these women confided that they needed something really simple, almost true love for dummy style, that they could use immediately to bring change almost overnight. So I designed my program specially so you can take the information, use it now, and start experiencing incredible changes in your relationships and love life straight away. It's step-by-step and simple too. You'll be able to magnetize your relationships and draw the man you're with or the man you want to be with to you on a truly primal level. Touch his heart deeply. Have him opening his heart to you instead of pulling away or acting cold. So you get into his heart and stay there forever. And I can't wait until you get your hands on this principle and start making the changes you want in your life today. I call it attracting the one, a simple system for dramatically improving your love life and finally attracting what you really want. And it's the single most powerful secret ingredient guide in existence for getting the love of the man you want or getting the man you're with to love you more than ever before. Here's a few of the secrets you're about to discover in this powerful step-by-step system. The secret of drawing in the guy you want on a deeply heartfelt level so that he can fall in love with the woman you really are, not just the surface you're letting him see. Most women start off trying to impress a guy they love and then end up feeling trapped later down the track. But this simple technique will have him smiling at your flaws and celebrating your strengths because he knows and loves you for the woman you really are, not just the mask that you show everyone else. If you constantly find yourself hiding the real you, self-editing, or being someone you're not around a man, the LOA principle is your secret weapon for getting him to see the real you and love you for who you really are. Knowing this one simple trick will save you years of tears and frustration later in life. And when you have it, you can finally stop wasting your time wondering whether the grass is greener. Hint, the grass is greenest when you water it. And with this one simple trick, you'll learn how to defeat the trouble and weak spots in virtually any relationship, no matter how painful or hopeless you may be feeling. Here's what you never do if you want a guy to see you as serious relationship or wife material. Most women have no idea about this and unwittingly make this devastating mistake all the time. You'll discover the damaging words that subconsciously affect how a man feels about you, that can hurt your relationship and love life, whether you're dating or already in a committed relationship. Plus, 5 simple things you can say to supercharge his love and attraction towards you, even if you think it's too late, even if you made a really big mistake you're afraid he'll never get over. Plus, how to spot emotionally unavailable men and game players from a mile away, including the guys who seem to want you at first, but who grow uncertain after a couple of weeks, months, or even years go by. You're also going to discover a simple but devastating mental shift you can make to stop sinking toward loneliness and time wasted with the wrong men. Plus, the vital response you must have if you ever feel like your relationship is heading in the wrong direction, or that he's losing interest. You'll be slapping your forehead that you didn't know it beforehand, because you can use it straight away to create the changes in your love life that you truly want to have, including how to stop driving him away without even realizing it. Plus, you'll learn 3 simple communication tricks that will have him giving you nearly everything you've ever wanted from a man, without having to ask him for it. And all while having him think it's his idea. Now, do you believe that beauty and a pretty face makes you sexy to your guy? Wrong! In Chapter 6, you'll discover the one thing you can do, starting right now, that will have him thinking of you as the sexiest woman he's ever seen, even if you have a couple of pounds to lose or you're getting on in years. Because when you find that simple switch inside of you, and I'll be holding your hand and making it easy every step of the way, and when you flip that switch, you will become the most beautiful woman in the world to him, and you'll be able to have the deep emotional bond with the man in your life that you've always wanted to have. Now, how about having a man who racks his brain night and day thinking of ways to make you feel happy and special, without having to spell out what you want, without even dropping those subtle little hints that used to be necessary back before you had this secret in your life? Things like gifts, jewelry that you actually like, first-class dates and surprise candlelit dinners together, special nights together where he holds your hand, pulls out your chair, really takes care of you, where he laughs at your jokes, touches you affectionately, orders you your favorite dessert just because he knows you love it, and tells you you're the best thing that ever happened to him. All because he's on such a high from just being with you and loving your company so much. This secret will make him think of you as his ultimate fantasy. And he'll be thinking this up all by himself when you put the 3 simple steps on pages 60 through 65 into action. Plus, how the LOA principle can quickly make your man powerfully desire you, and it works on virtually any man in any situation, no matter how old you are, how many kids you've got, or how busy and stressful your life is. Plus, here are simple words and phrases you can use that trigger the instinctive attraction part of his mind. He will never look at another girl again when you get this under your belt. He'll be too busy fantasizing about being with you, staring into your eyes, holding you close, and whispering saucy words of passion in your ear to even think about other women. Plus, the incredible secret of the LOA principle itself, how to use it to effortlessly attract the one for you, that amazing guy you're destined to be with, and exactly how to create that rare, powerful kind of intense intimacy with him. The love that other women spend their lives hunting but never even come close to finding. You will finally be able to leave the loneliness and doubts behind and grow old with a man who wants nothing more than to love you, support you, tell you how beautiful you are to him, and make you feel like the most special, most cherished woman in the world, the girl he's been searching for his entire life. So, will the LOA principle work for you? Well, I have to admit, there are a certain number of women who this program may not work for. For example, if you are a woman who already has more amazing men fighting over you than you can shake a stick at, if you already wake up beaming each morning because your love life makes you so happy, if you already have a big shiny ring on your finger, and a house, closet, and jewelry box overflowing with gifts from a man who makes your world go round, if the man in your life is your true soulmate, best friend, and a lover who can make your toes curl 6 nights out of 7, and if your life is honestly perfect as it is right now, and you truly couldn't imagine ever being happier with your man, then you may not need these secrets I'm going to share with you after all. But this program may very well be for you if you find yourself in these types of situations. You can't find the one if you're starting to grow cold and lonely looking for him, or you don't know how to truly be yourself around men. And if you find yourself acting a certain way just to get the love you want, or you're sick of having men run hot and cold and disappear without knowing why, or you're tired of never really knowing what's going on in his heart and his mind, Or you keep attracting guys, but then something goes wrong and you have to start from scratch all over again. Or you want to attract and keep the love of your soulmate, who lights up at the sight of you and smiles whenever you walk into the room, who willingly goes the extra mile just to show you he really cares. That perfect guy for you, the one you're meant to be with. If any of these situations sound at all familiar to you, then the LOA principle isn't just a choice. It is the choice that will make your love light up like 10,000 fireworks just exploded inside his heart. What I most want is for you to have the kind of magical relationship with your soulmate that you truly deserve. And if you want to find and keep the one for you, then this guide is for you. Here's how you can get started drawing him in now. Basically, you've got 3 choices. Choice 1, you make the trip to my downtown offices and come see me in person and pay a couple $100 at least for me to train you face to face. And this will work, but I've got to admit, it's a pretty big chunk of change for most people. Choice 2, you hire a private therapist and just pray that they know about the LOA principle and how to use it to attract the one for you. Or there's option 3, the quickest, easiest, most powerful solution of all. You can get your hands on the complete LOA principle, including all the proven techniques that have already worked so well for countless women all around the world, and start drawing him in and experiencing that intense, intimate, heartfelt love tonight. Plus, the Attracting the One system is not the only thing you'll be receiving today. When you act today, before this presentation is over, I'd also like to give you this free gift today. Look, here's your first free gift, the Irresistible Attraction Report. In this short, heavy-hitting report, I draw back the velvet curtain about what a man really feels. I condense all the most powerful truths about what it takes to finally get the love you want from virtually any man, even if you feel like he's ignoring you right now. Now, I have to warn you that a lot of people find this report pretty controversial, so you have to promise me that when you read it, you'll keep an open mind. In this report, I don't pull any punches, and I don't spare you anything. Instead, what you get is the truth. You'll learn how to melt any man's heart and have him tell you how he really feels. You'll receive priceless insights and wisdom into the mind and soul of your man, so you can get the relationship you want the way you want it. Plus, I've also added an extra bonus where I answer common questions women ask when they start applying the LOA principle to their lives. It's called Soulmate Secrets Revealed. All it takes is just one read of this short, empowering special report, and you'll have the perfect answers to all your problems and situations with men in relationships. And once you have this, you'll notice almost magical results with the man in your life. The LOA system has been specially designed so you can easily integrate all the answers into your life and relationships today. And as an added bonus, you'll also receive 3 of your very own done-for-you mind tracks, which are like powerful boosters designed to force the universe into quickly manifesting your ideal relationship and increase the heat in your love life. You will magnetize his love and desire for you and learn how to attract exactly what you really want. Almost like hypnotizing yourself into getting the love you want the way you really want it. A specialized support system handed out at exactly the right time as you proceed through the system, so you feel totally supported and always know exactly what to do next. No speed bumps and no blockages. Plus, if you act now, I'll also throw in my one-of-a-kind, fast movers only super bonus. The Male Attraction Blueprint, Inside the Male Mind. This is a life-changing interview with NBC's Ready for Love television star Matthew Hussey. And in it, self-development guru Mark Ling from MeetYourSuite.com grills him ruthlessly for his absolute best strategies on how attraction works for men, how to meet Mr. Right, and how to capture his heart so he loves you forever. I really had to bust my butt to get these 2 heavyweights together for this interview, and you're going to love the ultra-rare cutting-edge techniques these 2 experts reveal in this exclusive 1-hour interview. Quite frankly, Mark and Matt are the last male friends you'll ever need, because unlike most other men, these guys will tell you the truth that no other man in his right mind would ever willingly share with you. The Male Attraction Blueprint is valued at $37 all by itself. Yet today, you're getting your hands on it for free, and it's only available when you buy the original product. You won't find this interview anywhere else. Plus, you'll also get the full professional quality transcript, just so you can cuddle up in your favorite easy chair with a cup of tea or a glass of wine whenever you're in need of a quick refresher course in irresistible attraction. So let me ask, how incredible will it feel when he holds you in his arms, pulls you in close, and kisses you tenderly, lovingly, all the while treating you the way a real man should, like constantly spoiling you with gifts, racking his brain night and day for new ways to make you feel happy and important? striving to take care of you in exactly the way you truly want and deserve, and honestly giving you everything you've ever wanted in the world. How amazing would that feel? After all, relationships are the most important thing in life, right? And when things aren't going well, it's the coldest, hardest, loneliest feeling in the world. Yet with just one quick read of my system, you will remove all the confusion and emotional pain you've been suffering. You will have the prince of your dreams head over heels in love with you, begging you for kisses, worshiping the very ground you walk on, and willing to do anything just to stay by your side. And not only that, my system will save you from the agonizing heartbreak and pain of loneliness and time wasted alone or with the wrong man, which is something that hurts so bad most people couldn't even put a price on it. With my system, you can have the man of your dreams as your very own soulmate, helplessly in love with you and willing to do anything to make you his. So what's the price of the Attracting the One system? Well, my goal here is for you to have miraculous relationship results, which means you won't be paying my normal price, hundreds of dollars an hour for private coaching, and you won't be paying the $97 I was originally going to charge you for this system. You won't even be paying the $67 that my publicist wanted me to charge for it. Instead, you can get immediate access to the complete Attracting the One system right now and all the incredible free bonuses that have transformed the relationships of women everywhere forever for just one easy one-off investment of only $47. Take a look below this video right now. Click the Add to Cart button you see below this video now. You'll get immediate access to everything and can start transforming your relationships with men straight away. Plus, unlike most other courses, this one is guaranteed to work. Simply take the information, read it tonight, use it in your love life, and if within 60 days, if you don't have him absolutely groveling at your feet, begging to give you everything you've ever wanted, just send me a quick email and I will immediately refund every last cent. You risk absolutely nothing. All the financial risk is mine, so you can try it now without having to worry. Look below this video and click the big Add to Cart button now to claim your limited time discount price now. You'll join the thousands of women who are finally experiencing true love. You will unlock his love and have him giving you his deepest devotion and commitment. It's that simple. Listen, I know you've had a hard time up until now, battling loneliness, confusion, and heartbreak. But none of it has been your fault, and today marks the day that everything finally changes. You now have a clear and easy path to end all the suffering and totally transform your life forever. So it looks like you've reached a crossroads, and you've got a decision to make that will affect the rest of your life. You can either get my simple, easy guide with all its priceless, ultra-rare secrets, put the powerful secrets inside to work for you and transform your love life, or you could just keep on along the same old path where you keep doing exactly what you've always done, struggling, suffering, waking up crying because it hurts so bad, praying that things will change and you'll get what you want someday. And yet right now, here, today, the answer you've been longing for is right in front of you. You just have to reach out and take a hold of it. Not many people get that opportunity in their lifetime to quickly change the entire course of their love life. And yet your path has led you here, today, to this chance right now. By following the easy principles in this powerful, insightful guide, you'll get an automatic, almost magical advantage to make him crave your company and your love, to pledge his heart to you and eagerly swear off all other women forever. Even if he's a real flirt or the kind of guy who could have choices, you will have solved the puzzle that other women spend their lives trying to understand. And best of all, you'll have the ability to attract, commit, and keep the one for you, to cast a spell on his heart that he doesn't even want to break loose from. A man who has eyes only for you, who knows you better than you know yourself, and who would do anything to devote himself forever to you, and open his heart to you with trust and commitment. The guy who fits into your heart like a missing puzzle piece. The guy you were meant to be with. After all, how much longer do you really want to wait for your prince? Are you sick of waiting and hoping for things to get better? As all the while time goes by, years pass, you keep getting older, and slowly you start to lose hope and watch your dreams fade away into nothingness. Don't let that happen to you. Right here, right now, the only thing standing between you and a lifetime of happiness and true love is just one quick read of my system, a proven set of rare, powerful principles that will change your life forever. It's so easy to use, and the results happen so quickly that you'll be astonished, literally slapping your forehead that you didn't know all this sooner. Are you really willing to risk leaving it up to chance? Right now, I'm giving you the one key you truly need to get everything you've ever wanted from a man. And not just any man, but the one. And true love is a precious thing. All you have to do is reach out and grab it. Because when you get right down to it, no one else can decide when you're ready to make the change. You have to decide for yourself, and it's up to you to take action and finally get what you really want. Take advantage of this limited time discounted offer now, while you still can, before it's too late. Click the Add to Cart button you see below now and seize your chance now before this opportunity passes you by. Here's to your lasting love and happiness with the man of your dreams. And just quickly remember, there's absolutely zero risk for you today. If you act now, it is 100% guaranteed. So there is no risk to you to try it out in your own life. Remember, this is the wisdom and insight that it's taken me years of effort and experience to accumulate and distill. There's more concentrated real-life wisdom on love and attraction in this system than you could get from reading the entire relationship section in 10 Barnes & Nobles. These secrets have already worked for countless women just like you, who've already test-driven the principles and already experienced the amazing results for themselves. And if for any reason you don't like it, I'll buy it back off you straight away. There's no risk at all. So don't miss out on your chance for true love and a rich, satisfying relationship that lasts and lasts. Just click the button now. Grab hold of your destiny with both hands, and let's get you started now.